Bacchus, the Roman god of wine, revelry, and ecstasy, is a figure of great complexity and cultural significance. Known as Dionysus in Greek mythology, Bacchus embodies the wild and untamed aspects of life, celebrating both the joy and chaos that come with excess. As the god of wine, his influence extended beyond mere intoxication. Bacchus was a symbol of liberation, the breaking of societal norms, and the freeing of the individual from restraint. The origins of Bacchus are deeply entwined with the idea of nature's cycles, specifically the harvest, fertility, and the transformative power of wine. Wine, in Roman society, was not just a drink. It was a vital part of religious rituals, social gatherings, and festivals. Bacchus was often depicted as a youthful, exuberant deity, draped in vines and crowned with ivy, holding a thyrsus, a staff topped with a pine cone. This image embodied the god's power to bring both joy and madness, and his presence was often associated with frenzied dances, music, and the liberation of the spirit. In Roman culture, Bacchus was revered during the Bacchanalia, a series of wild and secretive rites held in his honor. Initially celebrated with modest rituals, the Bacchanalia evolved into events that were viewed by the Roman Senate as subversive and dangerous. These gatherings were marked by uncontrolled excess, including drinking, dancing, and unrestrained behavior. The Romans believed that Bacchus had the power to influence both the inner workings of the individual and the social fabric of the state, bringing both enlightenment and chaos. Though Bacchus was often associated with the unruly forces of nature and human nature, he also had a more benevolent aspect. As the god of fertility and the harvest, Bacchus was seen as a provider, ensuring the earth's bounty. In agricultural terms, his powers were invoked to ensure the growth of crops, particularly grapes, olives, and other essential plants. His association with the earth made him an important deity in agrarian rituals, and his festivals were times of joyous celebration, where Romans could both honor the harvest and indulge in the pleasures of wine. Bacchus mythology also intertwined with themes of transformation and rebirth. His myths often featured stories of people or gods undergoing profound changes. One of the most famous myths of Bacchus is the story of his birth, which highlights his divine and chaotic nature. Born of Zeus and the mortal Semele, Bacchus's birth was anything but ordinary. His mother was tragically killed by Zeus's lightning bolt after requesting to see his full divine form. However, Zeus saved the unborn child by sewing him into his own thigh, where he continued to develop before being reborn as a god. This miraculous birth marks Bacchus as a god of second chances, transformation, and resilience. In addition to his role in myth and festival, Bacchus represented the dual nature of life itself: pleasure and pain, creation and destruction. The god's power to break down barriers and create transformative experiences made him both a symbol of liberation and a figure of danger. The intoxicating effects of wine mirrored the god's capacity to elevate or destroy. He was a figure who could inspire both divine inspiration and reckless abandon. Bacchus was not just a god of the harvest or of wild celebration, but a reminder of the thin line between control and chaos in human existence. In Roman art and culture, Bacchus was often depicted in the company of satyrs, maenads, and nymphs, symbols of the uninhibited forces of nature. These figures often surrounded Bacchus in scenes of wild, carefree abandon, where the boundaries between the human and the divine seemed to blur. Through these images, the Romans not only celebrated Bacchus but also acknowledged the power of nature and the importance of finding balance between the individual and society. Today, Bacchus remains a symbol of freedom, ecstasy, and the profound connection between humanity and nature. His legacy continues to inspire not only those who seek the pleasures of the earth, but also those who recognize the necessity of embracing both light and darkness in the human experience. Bacchus teaches us that joy, while often fleeting, can be found in surrendering to the wild forces of life, as long as we remember to respect the balance between excess and moderation.